this is Effervescent Whispers, and I'm going to be doing the Evil Ask stand because I've seen lots of my favourite ASMR artists do it, and I thought it'd be fun. Okay, question 1. If you could get away with one murder in your lifetime without any legal, social, or emotional repercussions, would you kill someone? No. Because I just don't think I've got it in me to actually kill someone. No, I mean, people get angry and stuff, and that's understandable, but I've never been so angry I thought I could literally kill the person I'm angry at. So, no. 2. What is your first thought when you receive a message on Tumblr? Are you excited for the idea of someone from potentially the other side of the world to talk to you? Or are you fearful that someone will criticise you? Well, I'm actually going to use AO3 for this, because I'm on Tumblr at the moment. I have a few friends who are on Tumblr, but I haven't yet. And it would be a bit of both, because it's always lovely and incredible getting to meet new people and hear new perspectives and their way of life and broadening your horizons and learning, but then I think there is always that slight terror of someone either criticising you or calling you on something, and while those apps are inherently bad, it's still a bit nerve-wracking when you see a message from me. It's kind of the unknown. 3. Have you ever looked down on someone because you thought your religious views were superior? No, because I have never really had many sort of prominent religious views. I'm kind of agnostic, spiritual. Like, I believe there's something, but I don't agree with a lot of organised religion and what it preaches, which is very cliche. But 4. Would you rather know everything the universe has to offer, but in exchange lose all emotions, or remain the way you are? I'll remain the way I am now. Don't get me wrong, to learn everything would be incredible, but you would be sacrificing your humanity for that, and I don't think anyone really would want that. Because, as humans we're kind of programmed to learn, and you can do knowledge, and that's fantastic, but no, I don't think we'd ever sacrifice our humanity for that. 5. If you could live a meal through without sleeping or eating/drinking, which would you have your life? It depends what kind of situation I'd be in. So in a survival situation it would be eating, drinking, because then you've just got to keep moving and that's fine. But in my regular day-to-day life, sleeping would be awesome. Like, if I could just keep going and not be tired, that would be awesome. And then, because the question says if you could live a meal through without sleeping, that means you can still sleep and take naps. You just wouldn't be like a vital necessity, which would be awesome. So yeah, I would cut sleeping out. If you could take on the exact body and form of anyone else on earth, who would it be? I don't know. If we're talking about pure sort of, I think has an incredible body. Then you have to look to kind of the people like Tyler Eklund or Teen Wolf or Channing Tatum or I don't know, all these kind of action stars like Chris Hemsworth, or because their bodies are incredible. Do I have any to get into that shape or size? No, not really. 7. Would you rather burn or freeze to death? Because I this one discussed a lot. I would probably prefer to burn because it's quicker. Like it'd be much more painful, but it would only be for about 20 to 30 seconds, I think. Whereas freezing, it would take longer and longer, and you'd apparently feel yourself getting cold, but then just before you die, you feel like numb, like warm. So I don't know. 8. If it meant you would solve all world hunger, war, disease, and bigotry, would you spend the rest of eternity in hell? The honourable part of me says yes, but I don't know. If it meant everyone I loved and cared about would live in a much more positive world, then yeah, of course, absolutely. I just think that one needs a bit more sort of clarifying. 9. Was the first crush in your life something you had or something someone had on you? It was... yeah, it was definitely on someone rather than someone having one on me, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I can't remember who it was, sadly, because it's years and years ago. 10. Could you live without having sex ever again in exchange for eternal youth? Oh, I don't think you'd want to, would you? I mean, not even addressing the sex part, but eternal youth surely means staying young and staying immortal, and I really wouldn't want that. I would not want to see all my friends and family get old and die and me just be kind of stuck. So, no, I wouldn't want that. 11. Have you ever watched a full-length pornographic movie? What counts as full-length? I'm gonna say no. Oh god, I'm blushing now. 12. The Beatles or the Rolling Stones? The Beatles, simply the fact I ever heard and appreciated more of their material. Also, they're British, so I kind of have to keep the home side. 30. If you could have the ability to manipulate matter or energy, which would you choose? Energy, although either one would be pretty cool, because with energy you could pretty much control anything if you're talking about control every kind of energy, because you could make any kind of bonds between atoms, or you could cure people's illnesses, or the weather, or computers, or absolutely anything. So, yeah, I choose energy. 14. What was the worst nightmare you ever had? I remember having one when I was a kid of my mum dying, and it really freaked me out for about 2 weeks. And it wasn't so much that I was afraid to go to sleep, it kept happening over those 2 weeks. Not every night, but, almost like every alternate night. And then I've never had it since, but I've always been able to remember it. So yeah, that was a pretty bad nightmare. 15. Would you rather spend 1 year with your one true love just to never see them again, or the rest of your life with second best? Rest of my life with second best, because that's not to say that you won't love them. And if in this scenario you've never met your one true love, you can love other people, and I'd much rather have a full life with someone who they might not have been the one, but I'm sure it'd be amazing to have a great life with this person who I'd still be able to love and love me in return. So yeah. 16. All the sequels, remakes, adaptations, rip-offs in movies nowadays, good or bad? movies being made just to cash in rather than being made because someone has a great story to tell. So everything now has a prequel, or everything now has a spin-off, which sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. I'm not too huge on the remakes, largely because I love the old original films, and so I wouldn't be that fussed about seeing the new ones, even if they're actors that I know better. So I think it's mixed because sometimes the adaptations can be done very well. The sequels can be better than the first ones, so I don't like to judge until I've actually seen the film. Would you rather be dirt poor and emotionally fulfilled in life, or be rich beyond imagination and emotionally dissatisfied with life? Dirt poor and emotionally fulfilled in life. Because money is not really can't buy happiness, but it can't buy you contentment. It can't buy you peace of mind, really. 18. Do you have any secret feelings of bigotry towards any group of people? No. I mean, I am aware that growing up, just because at the time when I grew up, there was a lot of internalized sort of racism and homophobia, and it definitely wasn't a kind of positive time, but over the past few years, as I've grown into my late 20s, it has been incredibly more positive, and so I personally wouldn't say I have any feelings of bigotry towards any particular group. But I think it's still there in society, which is awful, but it's very kind of internalized, or, operational, or whatever you want to call it. 19. Would you rather be the only person in the world that can read minds, or have everyone else in the world be able to read minds except for your own? I'd much rather be the one person whose mind can't be read, because being able to read someone's mind is just, it would be awful, because while you'd be able to know everything about them, you'd also know everything that they think and think about you, and I don't think you'd want to be able to know that. So if everyone else could and you could remain a secret, that would be much more interesting, because you'd kind of be an enigma, and you'd be able to have that kind of privacy and secrecy and that kind of separateness. 20. If everyone in the world could automatically know only one language, which language would you choose? Logically, I would say English, because it's what I speak, but if we're talking any language, I would maybe go with something like Italian, which I'm currently learning, and it's a absolutely beautiful, beautiful language, and so, I think it's absolutely amazing. So, logically English, but ideally something like Italian or French or Spanish, one of these kind of Latin languages that are so gorgeous. 21. If you were old enough and not in a situation where it would be inappropriate, would you sleep with your past school teachers / professors? Yeah. Oh god, yeah. There have been a few. And I'm certainly old enough now where it would not be an issue, or yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I think everyone's got at least one. 22. A world without religion, good, bad, or neutral. I personally believe that has to say, but I can certainly appreciate the positive effect it has on people's life, and I am certainly in favour of promoting people's faith. But I guess I'd go with neutral, because it can be sort of a template for great good, or it can be used for great bigotry and hatred and evil. So I would much rather people put their faith in stuff that, faith in each other, or faith in something just bigger and more important than their pettiness, rather than one big sort of sky bully. It's a Joss Whedon quote. Number 23. The men's rights movement, legitimate cause or laughable? And why? Absolutely laughable. As a guy, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, because the men's rights activists are essentially whiny dudes who are complaining that women are getting what is, rightfully their equal standing in the world. So, if you don't know what the men's rights movement is, it's a group of men who, because there's a growing focus now on not only gender equality but on female empowerment and feminism, there are men who feel that their rights as men are being infringed upon by women. No, it's more ridiculous than it sounds. So, yeah, as a male feminist, the whole concept is ridiculous to me. Completely ridiculous, and it's sexism disguised as activism. So, yeah, I absolutely do not agree with it, and if I found out a friend of mine was one of them, I don't think I'd stop being friends with them, but I'd definitely give them a bit of a long hard look and say, why? Why? 24. You can eliminate one of your 5 senses to substantially strengthen the others. Which one? And would you do it? If I absolutely had to, it would be taste, which would have some advantages because I absolutely love my food, but I eat too much rubbish, and so you would be able to just snack on every kind of health thing, and because it would just all taste the same, it sounds weird, but there'd be no enjoyment again out of chocolate compared to, I don't know, radishes or anchovies or any other kind of disparate, completely separate food. So that would be interesting, but would I ever? No. No, absolutely no. I'm very grateful for having all 5, and I'm aware I'm very sort of blessed to have that. 25. Do looks mean anything to you? Don't lie. Could you fall in love with someone you thought was ugly? I think you fall for it when you truly fall in love with someone new. I don't think you love them in spite of their faults. You fall in love with them because of the things that make them human. Because if you fell in love with someone absolutely gorgeous and perfect, it would be very weird, because you would just feel completely sort of, out of their league. And nobody is perfect, so, don't get me wrong, there are people who I am attracted to more than others, but, yeah, I think it just depends on their personality. Yeah, I could, because when you start to fall for someone, you automatically see them as more attractive. Whereas if you fall for someone based on their looks, their personality is only going to sort of make them uglier in your mind. If conceited or rude or so forth. So, yeah, I'm always about personality first. And finally, 26. Can you understand the mindset and logic used by the opposite higher opinion? An atheist understanding the belief in a higher power and vice versa. Yes, absolutely. I am someone who believes in a something, if you want to call it God, but yeah, I can absolutely understand where atheists are coming from, as well as people who are into organised religion, and that's absolutely fine, because I find it absolutely fascinating and interesting, and the only people who genuinely annoy me on the other side of the spectrum are people like Richard Dawkins, who have, Richard Dawkins has his beliefs, but he kind of forces them on people, and it's, I don't know, that kind of just like arrogance. I don't know, like, I don't see why people just have their opinion and just say, well, I respect your opinion, and then just move on. Anyway, this has been the Evil Ask tab from Evil Asks tag from Effervescent Whispers. I hope this has helped you relax.